As the sun rises over the sprawling savanna of Kenya's Tsavo National Park, a soft glow blankets the endless plains. In the stillness of dawn, an aging male lion lets out a weary roar. Once the unchallenged ruler of a powerful pride, his strength has faded with time. His once lustrous mane is now patchy, and his body has grown gaunt from age and struggle. Years ago, he commanded respect, but time has eroded his vigor. One fateful morning, younger lions in the pride turned on him, their aggression fierce and unrelenting. They lunged, claws slashing his hide and teeth sinking into his limbs. Blood dripped from his wounds as he fought back feebly, unable to match their youthful strength. Defeated and driven out, he limped away from the heart of the pride's territory, venturing toward an unfamiliar edge of the park. Each step was agony, his injured hind leg throbbing with every movement. Hunger gnawed at his insides, his weakened state making hunting impossible. The world blurred before his eyes. Only the scorched grass under the relentless sun remained in focus. Exhausted by thirst, hunger, and bleeding wounds, the old lion staggered along the park's boundary, nearing a quiet human settlement. In this remote area, simple mud brick homes dotted the landscape. Mrs. Amina, a retired park ranger who had spent decades in Tsavo, lived in one such house. She had chosen to remain close to the wild, her heart tethered to the animals she adored. One evening, as twilight painted the sky, a faint, rasping roar reached her ears. Cautiously, she opened her door and froze at the sight of the old lionet's massive frame, both majestic and broken, wounds marring its dusty coat. The lion's low growl was more a plea than a threat. Its breath labored. Mrs. Amina's heart raced, but her years of experience told her this was a creature in despair, not danger. Its leg wound was swollen, caked with dirt and dried blood. Though fear prickled her skin, compassion overpowered it. She retreated briefly, retrieving a worn first aid kit from her home. Approaching the lion, now slumped on the ground, she moved with care. It tilted its head weakly, too drained to resist. Murmuring softly, "Easy now, I'll help you." She began cleaning the gashes on its neck and flank, noting the deep bite marks. Her hands trembled, but her steady voice and gentle touch kept the lion calm. The leg wound was the worst, festering and crusted. Using warm water and antiseptic, she carefully cleaned it, the lion wincing but remaining still, as if sensing her intent. Mrs. Amina bandaged the leg, her eyes flicking to the lion's half-closed gaze for any sign of aggression. None came. When she finished, she exhaled shakily, her body buzzing with adrenaline. She called the Tsavo conservation team, describing the extraordinary encounter. They were stunned to hear of an old lion wandering so close to human homes, but promised to arrive quickly with equipment. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an amber glow over the savanna, Mrs. Amina stood watch, wary of other predators. The lion's silhouette, ragged yet proud, framed her small porch. Her heart ached for the fallen king, now reliant on human kindness. Soon, headlights pierced the dusk as the conservation team arrived. Armed with a tranquilizer gun and a sturdy cage, they approached cautiously. The lion stirred, its eyes glinting in the light, and let out a feeble roar. A ranger fired a tranquilizer dart, and the lion's struggles faded as it slipped into unconsciousness. "Got him!" they called, carefully transferring the lion into the cage. Mrs. Amina approached, her fingers grazing the cold bars. The lion's eyes flickered open briefly, meeting hers in a fleeting moment of connection, as if in gratitude. She smiled faintly, her heart heavy yet warm. The team assured her they would take the lion to a veterinary clinic within the park for treatment. As the vehicle disappeared into the night, Mrs. Amina returned to her quiet home, a sense of peace settling over her. The next morning, thoughts of the lion lingered. A week later, unable to resist, she drove her battered truck to Tsavo's headquarters, where she had worked for so long. The staff greeted her warmly, leading her to a rehabilitation enclosure. There, behind a sturdy fence, stood the old lion, still frail but noticeably stronger. His eyes lit up as he recognized her, and he ambled closer, letting out a low, contented rumble. The bandage on his leg was fresh, and his wounds were healing. Mrs. Amina reached through the fence, her hand brushing his coarse mane. The lion leaned into her touch, calm and trusting. A ranger explained, "He's doing much better thanks to you. He won't rejoin a pride, but we'll care for him here for the rest of his days." Mrs. Amina nodded, her eyes softening. She understood the harsh realities of the wild, where only the strong prevail. The lion gazed at her, its cloudy eyes mirroring her own quiet acceptance. "You're safe now," she whispered, stroking his mane. "We're both getting old, aren't we?" She thought back to that fateful evening when the lion had collapsed at her doorstep. Without her intervention, it might have perished alone in the dark. Now, it had food, medicine, and a safe haven. Her heart swelled with quiet Pridesh had given this fading king a chance to live out his days with dignity. Thanking the rangers, she smiled at their praise for her courage. Her love for the wild, undimmed by age, had guided her actions. The lion let out a soft huff, as if in agreement. Mrs. Amina promised to return, bringing treats for her new friend. As she left the enclosure, her steps were light, her heart full. The old lion would spend its final days in peace, cherished and cared for in the land it once ruled.